being January, it's important that we kind of acknowledge the New Year's and New Year's resolutions. And so today I thought we'd talk and celebrate a little bit of the Asian New Year's or Japanese New Year's, and this year it's the year of the dragon. So today we're really talking about the taming of and the releasing of your dragon. There are actually two schools of thought about the evolution of dragons and where they come from in history. And one is that they evolved 65 million years ago, around the time of the dinosaurs and other winged creatures, if you will. And so we have this concept of the Varanus sinensis, which is a modern-day version of the Oriental dragon. The other comes from this idea that there is an alternative universe in a planet that can be seen in the solar system called ENSIGN, and it's said that because dragons are known as magical creatures, that they can accidentally stray into our world, and so that might account for some of these sightings of the Loch Ness monster and other types of monsters, if you will, or dragons that are thought to exist in other aspects and nations of the world. Clearly, this dragon is a creature of legendary status, and it's featured in many cultures and myths from around the world. And there are two basic versions. There's the European winged dragon, which is derived from the Greek and Middle Eastern mythologies. And then there's the Asian dragon of China, Japan, and Korea, Thailand, etc. And today we're honoring the Japanese New Year's dragon in our talk today. Many of you know by following my business that the logo is that of a Japanese blue Asian dragon, and that if you're following my blog or my Facebook or Twitter account, you probably get an idea that I'm a bit of a master of a very mischievous and communicative blue dragon and his relatives that are often commandeering my communication technologies. But obviously this makes me a little bit more of an authority on dragons than you, and so I'm going to be sharing with you today some of that wisdom, which both gives you the common characteristics of dragons, but also gives you an understanding of maybe their unique color-related personalities and life principles. But specific to the concept of business, we understand that dragons are a very magical creature represented on the zodiac, and they are known in Asian cultures as an authority status, because being a creature that's mythological in comparison to the other more real animals, that they are beyond the reach of ordinary mortals in their wisdom and their control of supernatural things. They are both symbols of authority and strength as well as wisdom, and they are often known to be bearers of good fortune. Well, in business, we're very interested in the concept of finding fortune, and so dragons are known also to be very creative city dwellers that are drawn to the eccentric. Their strengths in business might be seen as the fact that they're early adopters. They kind of set fashion standards. They have vivid imaginations, and they are spectacular planners in putting in strategy. Their weaknesses in business might be seen that they're a little bit of gamblers of chance, and so they can often miss success in the wealth that has been bestowed upon them for their being the bearer of good fortune, because they haven't planned terribly well when they execute something. And I think a lot of small business owners can relate to that concept. Dragons are also very unique and playful. They have a wicked wit and sense of humor, but they can also often be misunderstood, and many small business owners can relate to that idea of having this wonderful product or service that they think is really something that people can't live without, and yet they struggle to find the right target group for that. So I think dragons can be a great representative of business personnel. While my big blue dragon is a very real force in my life, many of you may not have earned a Japanese dragon for a pet or friend. So as small business owners, though, we can very much be like a dragon, and the need to tame that dragon or the need to release that dragon, in that we can be obstinate like them. We can create our own dragons or demons of sorts that prevent business growth and brand barriers. We can often go off flying in the wrong direction. Other traits to dragons are impulsivity, distractibility, pride, shiny object syndrome, fake planning, which can all lead to personal and professional failure of achieving targets. And these are things that are commonly associated with dragons, but can also be very relatable to the small business owner. Dragons, being bearers of good fortune, can inspire us to find fortune. Dragon tails offer warning and wisdom for the conducting of business. And today our topic, though, is really about client attraction networking. And so to be able to get this idea of client attraction networking, we can learn a lot from a dragon. Dragons are branded, if you will. They are branded by flame or lightning bolts or ice and cool breath. But if we think about a dragon in terms of marketing, dragons are very colorful and big, which means they're creatures of audacity and style. And when it comes to business, we know and in marketing that you got to go big or go home, because if you're not that big and vibrant brand, no one really cares about talking about us targeting the ideal client. Also, we are looking for clients in groups. We're not looking for them one-on-one to pick off. We are really trying to find associations to our specific targeted market. In that regard, we're looking for clients that are actually helpable. They want to be helped. They're willing to be helped. We're also looking for clients who are going to be appreciative of our skills and our services or products. And we're looking for clients that are clearly identifiable, that it's obvious who they are. We're looking for clients that are available. Right? They need to be available so that they can be reached by phone, so that they can be sold to, but more importantly, so that they can also be available to refer us to other potential clients. We are looking to give great results so that clients can get great results and we get testimonials. So when in terms of targeting our prey or targeting our clients, we are looking for those that we know what are their issues. We need to know and why they have issues, and we also need to know how to help that client solve their problems. Another lesson we learned from dragons is that dragons blaze a brand, and that means, in the simplest term, in our name tag, that we're very clear on who we are based on printing that small first name only on our name tags, and we've brought and we're carrying with our own, but also we are being very clear in what we do, and that we clearly state our label of what our work is. So when people are meeting us, they can go, oh, so-and-so, my buddy, is looking for this type of person. We need to be clear in our message. Dragons are extremely selective on their friends. And so what that usually means is that they has one dragon master, one that can command and demand of them to do certain things and to work with, but they also have a muse, or for us that might be our inspiration, whether that's in the form of a person that we care for, or whether that's in terms of ideas or goals that we're trying to attain, or a life philosophy. That would be the muse for us in business. But specific to our point, dragons are very careful at selecting a handful of people, 5 to 10 in our terms of business, where they develop and using a very keen intuition about observing those people and rewarding good behavior. So we're making time in our networking circles, and we all usually have about 5 that we attend. We're looking to sit down with people to ask about their process, learn about their outcomes and what they're looking to achieve, and just simply promote the heck out of their business, because in reality, we need to be the representation of the referrals that we want to receive, which means we need to be being the mirror of that. We need to be the one doing lots of referring so that other people know us, like us, and eventually want to do business with us or continue to refer our business. Now, dragons appreciate the truth. They recognize in all the story tales and movies that we see about dragons, they recognize BS, and they speak the truth even when it hurts their master or their muse or the people that they care for. So you too in business need a dragon friend to mirror the truths of what people think about you and don't say. The guy or the gal in your business life that risks offending you is the one who you really want in your corner. They're the one that really cares about your business. they're speaking to you honest things. You may not agree with all those things, but it's possible that other people who are looking at you through networking or referral circles may feel the same thing. And so you need to be able to answer the question, why should clients work with you? Why should colleagues refer you? And you need to know those truths in order to be able to answer those questions. Now, dragons acknowledge a higher magic and wisdom. Many stories tell of them referring things beyond themselves that their magic can't handle to other, wizards and whatnot. And so the reality is that tells us that dragons are humble. They're busy helping other people. And usually in stories, they're helping other people get discovered, or other people discover their strengths, or other people become experts with their own form of magic or skill set. Dragons never beg for service. They also never give away their service that someone else is selling. Dragons trade for value, and dragons value fortune, which means in our terms of business that we need to have a monetary exchange for our services. We need to be willing to pay the appropriate fair market value for services we need done, and we need to be therefore, in doing so, other people will be willing to pay us for our fair value market of our products or services. Now, what can we learn since, Blaze Com has its own blue dragon? What can we learn from that gregarious dragon is that we need to be willing to join the welcome wagon. We need to be willing to be the ones who are out there as the concierge or cruise directors of our own marketing campaign. We need to make marketing fun. We need to be constantly understanding that it takes time to develop long-term trust with people, and it takes very little time to lose that trust, and therefore we need to constantly show up for people, and we need to invite, and introduce people to others, helping them achieve their goals, and by doing that, our business will grow. You need to be your brand. You need to plan your marketing campaign. You need to do that, and you need to act upon what it is that you've done to revise it and review it and keep growing. Now, dragons are usually huge barriers to fortune. And so, whether they're chromatic or metallic, the only color that doesn't exist, to my understanding, is a purple one. And so today for us, purple dragons represent a branding of mistakes, or our branding mistakes. Those things that we have done wrong during the last year and that we need to handle and get our hold on in order for us so that we can really truly find fortune in 2012.